Yeah, good morning. Well, today's the day. Been putting this off for a little while. Not on purpose, but just didn't really have a good place to do the fuel filters on the truck. So, getting ready to knock out both the fuel filters. Very, very expensive. Over $300 to have this done at a dealership. I got both the filters, Mopar filters, on Amazon. They were $85 for both filters. If you're even slightly mechanically inclined at all, you'll be able to knock this out. So, give you guys kind of a quick overview of how this goes. So you see the old filter, there's the new one. So, I mean, all in all, that's not bad. I think this has 22, almost 23,000 miles on this filter. Like I said, you know, my main concern was pumping all that different fuel through it out west. I mean, there's another filter in the back that we'll be changing here in a few minutes. So you've got, like, you have a frame mounted filter, and then you have the engine mounted filter. So obviously, you know, that's not terrible. I mean, it's time to change it for sure, but definitely not too bad. It'll only snap on one way, so you can put it in there. You can't put it in the wrong way. Screw the cap back on. It's only a plastic cap, so you don't want to over tighten it. That's all there is to changing the engine mounted fuel filter. The one on the frame, a little more complicated, maybe a little messier, but I'll show you guys that one next. And there is our second fuel filter. Well, technically I guess it'd be the first fuel filter, but the second one we're doing. There we go. Spin that bad boy right on. There you go. Get it as tight as I can get it by hand. Okay. There we go. Whew. Alright, so you have it. I mean, doesn't look like anything's leaking. I usually keep an eye on it after I park it, shut it off, make sure nothing's dripping out from underneath, but this will be the third time I've changed them, and I've had no issue with any leaks to this point. So that's all there is to it. I mean, get this area cleaned all back up, get my tools picked up, and I think I'm going to run down, grab some oil. I'm going to do an oil change on our generator today too, and possibly pick up the stuff to do the transmission service on the truck. So, a busy day yet, so I better get to it. Alright, you know what you're thinking? Thinking, Dave, don't try to play us for a fool. Surely this isn't the same day. You're wearing a different shirt. You had on a blue shirt, now you got on like a green color shirt. No, the fact of the matter is, my shirt was so soaking wet that I didn't want to ride the truck with a soaking wet shirt and soaking wet shorts. So, it's a little muggy out here this morning, a little humid, a little hot. So, didn't want to hop in my truck soaking wet, all sweat stains in the seat, stinking up. So, changed clothes, got some fresh clothes on, and I'm fixing to head up to O'Reilly's, and hopefully they got what I'm looking for. They should. We'll see. Time to head in here, see if these guys got what we need. They had it. So, big old bag of stuff from O'Reilly. I got grease for the trailer. I got to grease all our fittings on the fifth wheel. So I got trailer grease, I've got all the fluid I need to do the transmission service, new air filter for the truck, and oil for the generator. So I had everything I need, which is awesome. They got the transmission filter kit on order, so I had to pick it up later this afternoon or tomorrow. But just checking off that list one by one. And now I'm gonna go ahead and throw the generator up on the bench and change the oil on it. So it's got 66 hours on it. Since we bought it, I haven't changed oil yet in it, so you know, I've got the facilities here to do it, so to make it a lot easier than trying to do it while we're on the road. So I'm gonna go ahead and change oil on that. Just trying to get everything, you know, all the maintenance stuff handled while we're here. You know, it's so much easier to do it here while we're at my brother's house. He's got a shop back here, so you know, I can just do what I gotta do and get everything 100%, you know, before we get back on the road. Much easier to handle it here. So here we go. I like to use Royal Purple synthetic. So, you know, is it overkill for a Harbor Freight generator? Probably. But the bottom line is, you know, when you live full time in an RV, we know we're going to be some places where we're boondocking. So we need this thing to be as reliable as possible. $10 a quart for oil. I mean, that's a small price to pay if it'll give us a little more longevity out of this thing. So I've got a little bit left from our initial oil when we added to it initially. Picked up another quart today, so we're going to get that in here. 20 ounces, and it should be full. I use an old mason jar to measure it out and pour it into. So there we go. Man, didn't even make a mess. It's awesome. Perfect. Perfect. Oil change is now done on the generator, which is awesome. One more thing off the list.
Alright, so while David's been busy catching up on the maintenance stuff that we needed to get done on the truck, I've worked most of the day to get caught up on some work, and Dylan caught up on some schoolwork, much to his dismay. And then he got to play some games and play some of his video games. It's been a little bit of a rainy afternoon, but the remainder of our time in Florida is quickly approaching. We only have 4 more full days, and those are going to be busy days. So, as I explained to him, it's good to have an off day, a little bit of a chill day every now and then. Alright, so we rode back with David to come up to O'Reilly. They were supposed to be ordering him a part that he needed and said it would be ready after 2 o'clock. So he was a little skeptical if they were going to get him the right part. So we shall see.
Yep. In case you're wondering, no, they did not give me the right part. Apparently O'Reilly Auto Parts does not understand the difference between a transmission filter kit and a transmission pan. 2 very, very different parts. So, they do not offer a transmission filter kit for the 2018 Ram 2500 with the Cummins and 68 RFE transmission. So, did some math on the mileage that we're, so let me back up. We're coming back to Florida, like we've said in the past, for right before Thanksgiving, to spend the holidays with our family and the kids and everything. So we did some math on the mileage that we're going to drive based on kind of where we think we're going to end up and be going when we leave out of here, coming up on Monday. You know, we're going to go north, end up in the Tennessee, Kentucky area, and then from there we're going to move and go a little bit further west, probably looking no more, maximum 6,000 miles. Probably not even that much, but that's going to be a maximum. Probably going to order them and then just have them shipped over to my brother's house, and then we'll go from there and just do this transmission when we get back. I'll still be, you know, worst case scenario, I'll be right at 60,000, but I don't even think we'll be there yet. So what made this even better was we got up here, as you saw, to pick that filter kit up. Realized they ordered a pan and not a filter, so just got to give them the card, right, and they'll refund it if you have the card. The card was in my wallet. The wallet was on the shelf back at the RV. So we went back to the RV, dropped off Erica and Dylan. They stayed there. I came back up here and got my refund. So that's 3 trips to O'Reilly Auto Parts today. It's too many. It's just too many. So now I'm going to head back, and I think my chores for the day are over. This has been an all-day event, and just ready to get back to the fifth wheel and just kind of be done with this part of the day. So I'm gonna head on back now. All right, well, putting a wrap on a busy day. Got a lot of stuff done. Very disappointed in O'Reilly Auto Parts. Man, just really surprised that they ordered me a transmission pan instead of a transmission filter. But I don't know, I guess I'm really not that surprised, you know.
You win some, you lose some.
Yeah, that's for sure. I think the biggest advice I could give someone that's thinking about being a full-time RVer would be, you know, try to be resourceful, try to learn as much as you can. It's fine if you're not the greatest mechanic in the world, you know. There's YouTube, there's tons of information online, you know. There's really, if you have enough initiative and enough motivation, you know, you can really take care of a lot of maintenance stuff, a lot of service stuff, a lot of repairs yourself, and you're not relying on dealerships, you're not relying on, you know, RV dealerships, service techs, trying to find good people to work on your stuff. I mean, at least if you do it yourself, you know how it's done, you know it's done the way you want it done, and hopefully it's done right. And that's why, you know, I do all the service on a truck. Is it convenient all the time? Definitely not. You know, it's not always convenient. Try to find a spot to change oil, try to find a spot to do the, you know, the fuel filters. But I mean, it'll save you a tremendous amount of money. I mean, you know, if I would have had to send the truck into the shop today to have fuel filters done, if I have to send it in to have the transmission service done, I call the dealership. The transmission service is $535. That's crazy. I found the filters online. They're going to cost me about $60 plus shipping. So, you know, I didn't have them shipped yet, but regardless, it's not going to be $500. That's for sure. So, you know, if I would have had to send the truck out, if I would have had to send the generator in to have the oil changed, you know, have the service done on it, all these things add up. So just try to be resourceful, use YouTube as a resource, you know, lean on other people that have the same vehicles or the same RV or the, you know, the same equipment you have. The RV community is very, very eager to help. All right, that's it for today. We'll catch you guys tomorrow.